So now, usually in the last minute or two or three, I usually like to just give you a couple like rapid fire questions just so we get to know a little more about you. And they could be one word answers or one sentence answers. But all right, you ready? And again, it's nothing. We're not going to be imposing into your deepest personal life. This is the fun stuff. But so it sounds like we come from a place, and this is hard for me to say. I've shared this with a lot of podcasts, but I've battled with my weight for most of my life. I was a pretty chubby kid. Again, at the point of launching Dive Bar Nutrition, I'm like peak fitness, 36, 37. And then now I'm corporate asshole at a desk for 55 hours a week. And I told you, getting chicken fingers at the grocery store. So I'm kind of right back to where I was in my teen years. I have joked, Janice, you've met my wife, and she'll be like, I'll talk with an old friend from LA, and she'll be like, God, do you miss that? Are you gonna be going and buying cigarettes and doing coke one day? I'm like, listen, if there was a guy holding a pizza covered in French fries and a guy with a tray of coke in front of him, I would tell the first guy, you've got to get the fuck out of the way, dude, because there's a pizza behind you and you're going to get knocked over. Right. So that's just the addiction that I have. Yeah. So maybe I've made light of it and we had a little fun prepping, setting up that question. What was your poison? I mean, I feel like if we were in AA, someone goes, were you like a whiskey guy? No, I was Scotch. I was hitting the wine, but I find there's kind of a divide between the carb, starchy bread, potato world, and kind of the cream, the butters, the ice cream, and the whatever the heck. So
I was more carb girl.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And was that breads, potato chips? You're like, yes, check.
Pizza. Listen, you can't nachos. That's my weakness.
Really?
Good chips and cheese with some jalapeno slices. I mean, come on.
I got to keep you away from Janice because she's half Mexican. She loves her chips and her taco burrito stuff, sauces, salsas.
You there?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. The soft pretzels with cheese, like those types of things, like that was the way to my heart.
So like the pub appetizer stuff. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. All right. Moving on to a happier, we're like two addicts going down memory lane.
Right.
What, I see the tattoo. Now I'm going to be like judgy, like when old Christian people like kind of, what's with the tattoo, young man? But we've never really spoken. We both have tattoos. You have a nose piercing. I have considered one. Music, creative, what's your interest, favorite band or two or singer?
Oh, I'm all over the place.
Well, lay it on me.
I mean, I love me some Jelly Roll. Jelly Roll is my ride or die right now.
The spouse of Honey Bun. Yes? Is it Honey Bun? Sure. Yeah, okay. Well, I'll tell you why that's funny, because we have a woman who packs orders at the office. And she's up on social media and all the cool stuff. So I start seeing Jelly Roll and Honey Bun. Am I saying it right? Honey Bunny.
It's Bunny.
What's the name?
Her name's Bunny.
Bunny? Okay. So here's why. So I go, her name's Courtney. Our team member is Courtney.
Yeah.
And I go, Courtney, do you know this big dude? And it's like he's got this hot chick wife. She kind of reminds me of a more modern version of Ice-T's wife with the sexy outfits. And she's like, who are you talking about? I'm like, I can't remember his name, but she's like Honey Bunny. And the girl's like, I don't know what you're talking about, dude. And then a matter of 2-3 days later, I found them and I'm like, look. And now I learned that it's not, Jelly Roll is not just like a social media star. He's a star. Right. So this is like a real thing. And okay.
I've seen him in concert once and I'm going to see him again this year. Yeah.
Okay,
he's
so give me one from the 90s that
oh
I
god.
might know. Okay.
I'm comes to that. See, listen, I listened to country music a long, long time ago, and right now I can't even tell you what it is. My playlist, it
Okay.
just depends on my mood. The thing is I love some like real sad music or like the songs you scream in your car, but like I'm telling you, I'm all over the place. And I'm really bad with names. Like I can't tell you a bunch of artists, like or even the song titles, but you play them and I got it.
All right. Well, we're going to have to look at your playlist when I see you in
Yeah.
Orlando. Um, um, Next question. You're on the farm. Is there a truck in the household?
Yeah, we got a pickup truck.
Okay. Ford, Dodge, Chevy.
Dodge. It's not mine.
Well, you made the face. Is that a bad thing?
If my
I don't know
dad
anything. I grew up in
my
a city.
if my dad knew that my husband was driving a Dodge, he would not be thrilled. He was a GMC Chevy guy, okay?
Okay. Okay. But I think the Dodge is cool right now, right? They made the
Yeah,
Hemi. That's like a
yeah,
kick-ass
it's better
one.
than a Ford, right? My dad used to say, found on the road dead.
Oh, right. Or the other one I heard was fixed or repaired
Yeah,
daily. Yeah,
daily.
found on the road dead.
Yes.
So, um, that's funny. We'll give you a screenshot of the face you made when you said Dodge. Yeah, that's it. We spoke a little in Washington about online communities, pros and cons,
Mhm.
and you spoke a little bit earlier about the different apps that have different vibes, if you will. I maybe kind of know the answer, but what is excluding that, just in functionality and where you can be you? What is your favorite app? And then you talked about the YouTube stuff, and it's a world of podcasting. Obviously, this will be considered a podcast.
Yeah.
What if you had to only use one, and you would be kicking ass, top of the charts? What's the favorite app or the dream scenario? I mean, besides everyone's like, well, a YouTuber with 100 million views would be nice, but what's the one where you're you the most in
It's,
TikTok?
oh, yeah,
Yeah.
110%.
So elaborate why, because I'm just trying
I
to
think
get my head about.
where I started.
Yeah.
I think it's because it's where I started and I have created, I don't just talk about weight loss on my page. It's talking about toxic relationships with a parent, talking about mom stuff. And I don't know, I've been able to create I hate saying this term, okay? But I have created what mostly is a safe place on my platform, and it's much more than like just like when I first would get on and like talk bariatric, like that's all I talked about. But I've created a place where people don't feel alone. Like I get on there, I talk about my insecurities, I'm very open about the goods, the bads, the ugly in my journey, and can be vulnerable and not judged. Don't get me wrong, there's some people that get through, but
Sure.
for the most part, it's just a very welcoming community that I've created on my platform for the most part.
Awesome. Fun stuff. Dogs or cats?
If you were to ask this on TikTok,
You got cats.
we have dogs and we have cats and we have chickens currently. I have a bad past with chickens and cats. So
you're going with dogs.
yeah, dogs.
If you get a coyote, that's a dog that'll eat the chickens and the cats.
Yeah, but those don't last around here.
People shoot them?
Oh, yeah.
All right, well, moving on to something like a little happier. Fruits or vegetables?
Not That's hard. Neither. I'm just
Okay, well then you'll like the next one. Because as far as I know, right, you're an omnivore. There's veggies and meats and stuff.
yeah.
If you had to cancel out of your diet one choice, fish, chicken, beef.
Probably fish. I eat a lot of chicken and beef.
Okay. And last question. I don't know if the drum roll came across. Yeah. Vans or Converse? Chuck Taylor.
Ooh. Would you be offended if I told you I didn't own either until here recently?
That's okay. What is your preferred footwear? It's a Tuesday morning. You gotta be a super mom.
Nikes or my Brooks?
Okay, good. That's good. That's perfectly good. I've got into the Brooks thing. 2 years ago. It's very comfortable.
Yeah,
Super,
they're comfortable when
super
I'm
good.
going out and like being active, but if I'm going to like I don't know, I'm a Nike girl. I think my kid is into shoes and I'm learning, but like I don't know. I'm into my Nikes. I really am.
Well, your kid is into shoes.
Yeah. It's a very expensive hobby.
Well, that's what I was going to ask. Like all the cool Nikes and the basketball players models and all. Is that what we mean? Yeah. Yeah. Janice's niece is getting into the Jordan collection thing, and I'm like,
Yeah, I'm like, dude, you're literally 13.
Mhm.
You're gonna outgrow these in a month. Like, wait to start collecting shoes until you're done growing.
right.
Unless you're gonna pay for them, right?
Yeah, and then one day at like 16 or 17, whenever kids can drive, they'll probably go like, I should have been putting this aside for a car because it adds up.
Right.
Super duper last question. We kind of half asked this, but you're not a gym person. Say the gym is empty. The gym is empty, but in the back fitness studio is one instructor of every different type of thing. So in that back room, you could be one-on-one with a CrossFit trainer or just a super butt-kicking boot camper, burpee, push-up, up, down, lunge, or yoga or Pilates or whatever the heck else it is. But the gym is empty. Huh?
Kickboxing.
Okay, so that's where I was going. What's your one thing if you could just zone out and get the workout modality of your choice? And it's kickboxing.
Probably kickboxing. I haven't done it in a very, very long time. But I really, really, really enjoyed it. But they don't offer it where I live.
So did you go to I know there's like a franchise, I Love Kickboxing, and also assorted martial arts schools. Were you in one of these, like a studio setting?
It was like a studio setting, but it was a gym that like offered classes.
Okay.
So I used to go to just specifically those kickboxing classes.
All right. Well, you heard it there first. She invented the term "PROFFEE QUEEN," and if you dispute her, she will kick your head off, and I back her. I'll pick your head up, drive you to the ER. We're joking, everyone. She makes no claim to PROFFEE QUEEN, and she's a very sweet person, and she's not interested in kicking you. Probably. All right, Katlyn, tell everyone where they can get the apparel and whatever handles you want. I'm sure everyone is going to watch because they're very fond and they're a fan, but let's put you over the top.
Absolutely.
Apparel,
I make t-shirts, crew necks, hoodies, tumblers. You can find them at PROFFEEQueen.com. And then my handles on all social media platforms, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube are all PROFFEE QUEEN KT.
awesome. And we rolled out her bar the other day, and for every bar you buy, we're going to give her a penny. So
They're so good, you guys. They need to be a permanent thing.
we'll work on, maybe we'll make them a permanent thing, or I forget like what the TV term, like recurring guest.
I just had to impulse buy like 8 boxes of them, okay?
Remember, like did you watch Seinfeld? You hate Seinfeld?
I just don't watch TV. I don't have
Oh,
time.
okay. All right. Well, every you don't watch any TV, it won't matter.
None.
But every show has like there's the main stars, and then there's like the side star that pops up in like episode 5, episode 19, and that can be the PROFFEE QUEEN vanilla caramel thing.
There we go.
It's always present.
Yeah.
You heard it here, everybody. Let's support her. Let's get some apparel, and if you're not following, get on board TikTok primarily.
Yes.
And spread good vibes. Don't be an a-hole.
Please don't, because I'm very sensitive, okay?
Thank you very much, Katlyn. It's always a pleasure, and I'll see you soon
Absolutely.
in Orlando.
Great. Yes.
All right. Have a good night.
You too.